Bristlecone pine trees, some older than the pyramids of Egypt. The bristlecone pine is gnarled and twisted by the elements. Much of the pine is deadwood. Wind whipped sand and ice scour the dead wood smooth and beautiful. The cones are egg-shaped, dark purple to brown when mature. Each cone is 2.5 to 3.25 inches long and take 2 years to mature. The needles in bunches of 5 are 1 to 1.5 inches in length. And because the needles can live 20 or 30 years, the tree doesn't need to expend much energy on adding new needles. Invasions from bacteria, fungus, or insects are rare for bristlecones due to their dense, highly resinous wood. The dry air common in the subalpine region can kill by desiccation, but also helps preserve the tree from rotting. Though broken by last year's storms, this small tree may yet live. The wood of the bristlecone is very dense, and trees can remain standing for hundreds of years after dying. They will finally fall over when the roots decay or are worn away by erosion. The oldest bristlecones live in the most exposed sites with considerable space between each tree. The longevity of the bristlecone needles and the inability of other plants to grow in the dolomite soil make for little leaf litter or ground cover. This distance in between, combined with the lack of ground cover, is how a tree can sustain a lightning strike, catch fire, and not have the fire spread to surrounding trees. These ancient trees don't grow very tall. They put more energy into surviving than growing big. A bristlecone trunk may grow less than 1/100th of an inch in girth per year. One strategy for surviving is the gradual dieback of bark and the tissue that conducts water when the tree is damaged. This reduction of tissue that the crown has to supply with nutrients balances the effect of any damage sustained. The surviving parts remain quite healthy. As an example, one tree at over 4,000 years old is nearly 4 feet in diameter, yet has only a 10-inch strip of bark to support it. Bristlecone pines are one of the best sources of tree ring data because they live so long. As a result of the matching and overlapping of tree rings from different trees and sites, bristlecone pine chronologies exist that extend back to 9,000 years ago. They are used to correct radiocarbon dates. Bristlecone shapes and flow mimic fluids, lava, ice, mud, as though these are frozen in time. The textures, colors, and patterns stimulate one's imagination. Walking in this ancient growth of bristlecone pines is like being in a museum of marvelous sculptures. Many bristlecone pines live to be about 1,000 years old, but there are individuals that are more than 4,000 years old. The oldest living bristlecone pine is 4,765 years old. On this particular pine, note the thin strip of bark that winds its way to sustain a living branch at the top. My thanks to blueplanetbiomass.org and sonic.net for information used in this video. My suggestion is that you watch this video a second time without the sound of my voice. Rather watch in silence or turn on your choice of music to accompany you.